So you've got a bag full of Canon EF glass, but now you're shooting Sony. And of course, you don't want to spend copious amounts of cash buying new lenses. You could spend £400 to £500 or dollars on an adapter, or could this £199 option actually get the job done? Today, I'm testing out the K&F Concept EF-NEX autofocus adapter to see if this is a legitimate bridge between Canon lenses and Sony cameras, or is it a compromise? So Kent Faith did very kindly send me this adapter to review, but as always, all thoughts and opinions of it in this video are that of my own. So with that said, let's get on with the review. If you're switching camera systems, adapters are one of those unavoidable purchases. It happened to me when I started upgrading to Canon R cameras and had already invested thousands into EF mount lenses. I used everything from cheap adapters to high-end options, so I'm very curious to see where this particular piece of kit sits. This adapter lets you mount Canon EF and EFS lenses onto Sony E-mount bodies with autofocus, aperture control, EXIF data, and even firmware updates via USB. On paper, that all sounds very tempting, but specs don't matter if it doesn't perform. So let's start with what you get out of the box. Actually, it's pretty simple. You get the adapter itself with a built-in tripod foot. Also, you get a USB-C cable and port for firmware updates, as well as the user manual. Pretty standard stuff. Now moving on to build quality. It's okay. You get a metal mount, tight tolerances, no wobble, but saying that, it doesn't feel incredibly dense for what it is. If I'm being honest, I was expecting this to be a little bit more weightier. Now here's what K&F are promising. Autofocus support, aperture control from the camera, EXIF data pass-through, image stabilization support, if the lens has that option, dual focus mode switching with contrast detect and phase detect autofocus options, and USB firmware upgrades. Of course, firmware updates means it can improve over time, which cheaper adapters often can't. However, the user manual said to find out about updates on the K&F website, and I couldn't find any info on that. So maybe the K&F team can step in with more information on that one. Okay, let's talk about autofocus, because that's the reason you want this adapter. For photos, single autofocus is surprisingly accurate. Face detect works, eye autofocus works, but don't expect native lens speed. When it comes to video AF, continuous autofocus is usable, but transitions are a bit slower, and you'll see occasional hunting in low light. Compared to native Sony glass, yes, this is slower. Compared to older adapters in this price range, it's actually quite impressive. For talking heads, documentaries, or controlled shooting, this adapter is totally workable. However, for things like fast sports, wildlife, or aviation photography, this probably won't be your first choice. Hello guys, very quickly, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the little bell button for notifications. Also, if you'd like to see more behind the scenes stuff or content creator stuff in general, then follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and our Facebook channels. I'll leave links down below somewhere. Okay, sorry about that. Back to the video. Really, where this adapter shines is in the value, where you already own lots of Canon L series glass, older EF primes, EFS lenses, and you don't want to repurchase the Sony equivalents. In that instance, this adapter saves you thousands in switching costs. Stabilization works, aperture control is reliable, kind of, and EXIF data comes through properly in my tests. But let's be honest about the trade-offs. The autofocus isn't native fast, so don't get this adapter with those expectations. I also personally had a few issues getting it to work when switching lenses. The instructions say to hit the CP button on the adapter and reset the camera at the same time to shift between the focusing contrast and phase focusing options. And it took multiple times for me to get that to work. I found another YouTuber who was able to quickly fix issues by disconnecting the lens, holding down the CP button and reconnecting, which again worked for me occasionally, but that's not something that you want to do whenever you swap your lenses over. Also, I found that some lenses perform better than others. I had a lot of difficulty getting my Canon 70-200mm f-stop 2.8 to work with the autofocus. After trying multiple times, it did eventually work, but this was super annoying and I was tempted to just shoot manual. Also, as mentioned before, It's not ideal for high-speed action. That limits the uses down. But at this price point, you kind of expect that. So who really is this adapter for? I would say this adapter is perfect if you're moving from Canon to Sony and you want to try the Sony camera body without having to re-buy Sony versions of lenses that you already own from Canon. Or maybe you want to slowly shift over to that Sony ecosystem, maybe selling your older EF glass and reinvesting it into Sony glass, but still having those lenses available to do the work that you need. I would say that this adapter works really well if you shoot interviews, YouTube videos, events, or other slow-paced narrative work. If you need flawless tracking, autofocus, things like sports, then I'd say look elsewhere. So is this a meta bones killer? No, not at all. But this is one of the best price to performance EF to E adapters that I've tested so far. For £199, the K&F Concept EF to E autofocus adapter delivers more than I expected, and for a lot of creators, this is actually all you'll need. So yes, if you've got a bunch of Canon EF glass, you're thinking about Sony, this adapter makes that jump far less painful. But those are just my thoughts. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to ask. I try my best to get back to you. Can't always, try my best. If you found today's video useful, don't forget to leave us a like. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell button for notifications. And now that you've watched this video, don't forget to check out my review of the Canon R5C over here, and also my recent review of the TT Artisans 50mm 1.2 lens over here. And in the meantime, all that I've got left to say is stay creative, imagine, implement, and inspire. And I'll catch you in the next video.